Chapter 9. Relationships. Being young means either many temptations comes your way or you go the way of many temptations, or both. We often think and feel ready for a relationship. We often look at others in wonderment since we cannot understand how they are unable to sustain a relationship. We always feel and are falsely convinced that we can do better than they. Anyway, every spectator sees all the players' faults and fantasizes that he or she can do better if he was the one in the pitch. Well, it's not that easy. Single and learning. You may wonder how I can comment on relationships if I have never been in one. It is said that a man who has no cow should not comment on the case involving a cattle dip. Well, I wonder why I was not in one. Yet I had that personal assurance that I can be in one for a long term. I once heard a voice say, "How will you relate a relationship with someone if you cannot relate to me?" You may be wondering whose words they were. God? Yes, that's right, God. Without a relationship with God, it is impossible to relate genuinely with people. You have to live with people to know their problems and live with God to solve them. God says that He is a jealous God. This must mean that before we can give our all to others, we have to give our all to Him first. In everything, the Holy Spirit teaches us before we are qualified. I knew I had work to do and a lesson to learn, but I did not know it was a process that would take this long. I tried to build myself and personally convince my mind to think I was ready until I then heard, "Every time you make yourself, I will break you until I mold you to what I want you to be." With that, I knew I am clay in a potter's hands. The design of what he wants is him alone who knows. The vessel he wants to mold me into, he alone knows. I had to accept to be molded. Will this discovery make things easier? No. Temptation will always be there. In fact, we are like sheep among wolves, as Jesus Christ impressed upon his disciples as he sent them. However, God cannot be tempted by evil, nor does he use evil to tempt us. We are tempted by our desires. God gives us tests, not temptations. Tests are meant to promote us to the next level. Temptations are intended to bring us down. The good thing is that God will not allow us to be tempted beyond what we can bear. The bottom line in matters relationship is, have a working relationship with God first. Seek ye first the kingdom and its righteousness, and the rest of the things will follow you. The apostles' teachings on this matter are always linked to God. Shockingly, human philosophy and psychology have separated God and interhuman relationships. It is no wonder, therefore, that our young people do not see God and relationships in the same place. To them, the two are mutually exclusive. Consider the analogy Paul uses to advise men in this matter. He inseparably draws God into the picture and advises. Husbands, love your wives, just as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her. Ephesians chapter 5 verse 25. How then will a person who has no relationship with God understand and give a love he or she has never received or experienced? If only our love for God and our relationship with Him will be strong, then our interhuman relationship will be enjoyable and sustainable. Be patient as you build your relationship with Christ and endure every test on the way. As a Swahili proverb translated, a patient person will never miss a thing. God may be silent in some areas in your life, but an invigilator is always quiet during a test, and so he will make you happy and give you something to smile about Job chapter 8 verse 21. And he will make everything beautiful in his own time.